Welcome back, everybody. Now in the 23rd episode of this Kansas Jayhawks Dynasty, with a 4-4 overall record here in the second season under head coach Smeems, as we look to get our second straight upset win over Texas, who finds themselves 17th overall in the country. They've got an excellent all-around attack, very good rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns, and obviously that running game is led by Bijan Robinson, who is one of the best running backs, if not the best, in college football, at least in this reality. But the Jayhawks have no room to be scared. The defense has been playing its lights out the last few weeks, and the offense has struggled, but they've come through when they need to come through. And you've got to think Jason Bean and Belton Gardner can finally get in the groove today against a lackluster Longhorns defense. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But today, like I said, a fifth win would be an amazing way to go into the last 3 games of the season. Hopefully, we'd only have to win one of those 3 to hit a bowl game, as we will get the ball first to open the game. They deferred the coin toss, and Belton Gardner struggled all year long, but he's able to get 6 there to open his day. We would have a 2nd and 4. You guys know Jason Bean. He's always got to roll out, throwing into coverage. It's caught by James Smith. A dangerous pass there for 14, but you got to be happy with the result. 2nd and 7 now. Jason Bean rolling to his right, again outside, and he's got Wilson. Gets hit hard for 20 yards, though. A big gain there. 2nd and 7 farther down the field, and this offense, great momentum to start the day. Jason Bean's going to hit Trevor Wilson on the slant into the end zone. 18 yards on the play, and Trevor Wilson strikes first. Jason Bean on that drive, 4-4, 58 yards and a touchdown. That's exactly what you want to see against a ranked team, as Bijan Robinson gets bottled up on the first carry of the day. 2nd and 12 now. Hudson Card is the quarterback back there for the Longhorns. He's got his man Woodard. They brought the pressure. It didn't get there in time, and now Vontae Woodard gets about 23 on the play. But anyways, as I was saying, this Longhorns offense is led by Hudson Card, a very inexperienced quarterback, but he's done okay this season. I mean, obviously they're ranked in the top 25, so you can't ask for much more out of an unexperienced quarterback. Other than that is what you're going to get sometimes. Very bad pocket awareness by Card, and he takes a loss of 1 there, where they would have to settle for an early field goal, as the Jayhawks defense once again comes through with their bend but don't break mentality. You might get down the field on us, but if you get close to the end zone, you're going to have a hard time scoring, as Gardner finally getting the blocks he needs to break free some. We couldn't really get too much going, though, on this drive on 4th and 5. You'll see Reese Vernon, he had to try it out on the field, his first punt of the day. Don't worry, we didn't do too great this game, so it's not going to be his last if you guys were worried about the offense being too good in a game. 7-3 is the score, though. 2:17 remains, and Gavin Potter, he's honestly, compared to last year, Gavin Potter, as you see him get blocked there, and Bijan Robinson has an open lane for 15. Gavin Potter struggled to have the impact that he did last year, which, I mean, is okay to say considering how great he was last year, but he is able to get in for the sack there, a loss of 10 for Hudson Card. That would bring up a 2nd and 20, momentum all on the Jayhawks, and just like that, it's gone. Jonquay Lewis finally pushes out Bijan Robinson after a 30-yard gain, and the O-line for the Longhorns just absolutely demolished our D-line. They just threw him out of the way, and you see here, they're going to give that first down to Bijan Robinson. Now, last week we had a call similar to that against TCU on a 4th down in the clutch. So you've got to hope maybe we'll get one of those calls on our side, because eventually we're going to have to get one of those calls for us. As you see Hudson Card in the end zone, 10-7 is the score now. He had an easy lane to the end zone there. 2nd and 5. Jason Bean rolling out, no one downfield. Some great blocking by Luke Grimm. James Smith could have grabbed that last guy, and we could have went for a lot more. But despite the easy yardage there, we did find ourselves at a 3rd and 8 early in the second quarter. Bean into coverage, and it's intercepted by Thompson. You knew it was coming eventually. Jason Bean has struggled this season with interceptions so much. Now it's 2nd and 7 for the Longhorns. Card looking to run it himself, and he's going to get a yard on the play. That would bring up a 3rd and 6. And if our defense can come through right here, you've got to be happy with that. 3rd and 6. Bijan on the screen, pushed out of bounds by Rich Miller. What an athletic rundown there by the linebacker hybrid player. 1st and 10 now for Jason Bean. Rolling out again. Firing downfield, and it's caught by James Smith. Almost sailed past him into the hands of another defender. We would find ourselves at another 3rd and 5. Bean goes outside in a beautiful throw. You just never know what you're going to get with Jason Bean. He throws a bad errant pass right into the hands of a defender, and then just like that, he throws a beautifully thrown ball into the hands of Trevor Wilson as he gets another first down through Trevor Cardell that time, 3rd and 4 now on the drive. Bean out of the shotgun, rolling out, wants to take it himself, and he's going to get 2 on the play as we will go for it here on 4th and 2. One thing head coach Memes is not scared of is going for it, and the read option doesn't get us there. He gains 2 on the play, but nothing more. 1st and 10 now for the Longhorns as they take over with 3:51 left in the second quarter and have a chance to extend their lead. Card, though, nowhere to go on that play. He is going to end up losing 6. That would be Caleb Taylor with his first sack of the day. And you've really got to applaud this Jayhawks defense. Through these last few weeks, they have really turned it up. Most definitely with pressure. They have been able to get sack after sack against any team we go against. And as you see there, they get an easy stop because of the field position they created with the sack. Guys like Caleb Taylor, Keenan Caldwell, Rich Miller, Gavin Potter, all of them, they have been playing excellent. On a 3rd and 7, we got Luke Grimm on the outside as the second quarter begins to wind down now. 1:35 left. 1st and 10 after that completion. It's a counter play to Gardner up the middle. 6 yards. It's so great to finally see him getting those positive yard plays because he struggled so much. And he just deserves to get games like this as Stephen McBride gets a nice catch right there on the stop and go route. A 10-yard catch would bring up a 1st and goal. 58 seconds left. Being outside to Gardner. Got him open and he gets hit hard right at the 1-yard line. That would bring up a 3rd and goal. Devin Neal in the game, and he's got it right up the middle for a touchdown. And right as we go into halftime, we will take a 14-10 lead as the Longhorns get the ball first. But before that, they did have one last little heave downfield, deflected away by Cornell Wheeler, and another lead going into halftime for this Jayhawks, mostly caused by the defense. They have not allowed much out of this Longhorns offense. 2nd and 8 now for Card and company. It's a screen to Moore and nowhere to go. What did I tell you? Joshua Moore brought down in the backfield by Keenan Caldwell and a big loss there. 3rd and 14 now. Card, pressure up the left side. Dutz drops it outside to Jared Wiley, if I could speak English. And they would not get the first down to start their second half. Jason Bean on 1st and 10 finds Luke Grimm on a little bit of a improvisation there on that play. 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3 as Jason Bean will give it to Gardner this time, and he's got the first down. Consistently getting 5 yards today. Hasn't been bottled up too many times. 1st and 10 now. Bean calling an audible to the right side. Takes the snap. Throws outside, and it's intercepted. The quarterback, Barron, jumps the route, and another interception, the second of the day for this Longhorns defense. They take over now right at the 39-yard line as Card keeps it himself. He fumbles it. Kenny Logan Jr. picks it up, and no one's going to catch him as he runs into the end zone. What a turn of events as the strong safety, Kenny Logan Jr. in the right place at the right time. And he puts the Jayhawks on the board for the first time in the second half. A 21-10 lead now. 5:50 remaining in the quarter as Bijan Robinson gets it across the middle. Big gain of 27. Kind of hushes the crowd there. But one big play and this stadium is ready to go crazy. You guys know there's a lot of hatred between these two teams. 5-10. Card's going to look to throw and he gets hit hard. Rich Miller with the sack for 7 yards, and they would be forced to punt. And you've got to think if the Jayhawks can score here, they have a chance to end this game prematurely. 3rd and 2. Jason Bean looking to throw out of the shotgun. Going downfield, and it's intercepted by Luke Brockermeyer. Got some blocking into the outside, and he's going to take it to the house. Just what you couldn't do if your Jason Bean is throwing interception, much less a pick six in that situation. And we go from in complete control to now only up 4. 3:40 remains in the quarter, though, so still a lot of time. Jason Bean downfield, and he hits James Smith. Sort of a deep slant crossing route there as he's able to use his speed to get past the defender. 2nd and 3 now. Gardner cuts it up the middle, breaking tackles, and finally brought down after 13 on the play. He now has 68 on the day, 4 yards per carry. Undoubtedly his best game of the season. Jason Bean rolling out, finds a man wide open. The coverage broke down, and Stephen McBride is able to trample downfield for 14 on the play. So far today in the red zone, 2 of 2 on the trips there as they've gotten a touchdown on both visits to the red zone. 5 yards there by Velt and Gardner. Now that would bring up a 3rd and 3. And a field goal here at the minimum is expected as Trevor Cardell gets 6 yards to bring up a 1st and goal. Velt and Gardner finally in the backfield, gets it outside, getting his touchdown on the outside. A close one there. He just barely broke the corner around that defender. And we are able to extend the lead now to 11. Bijan Robinson runs over a man, and Romello Dotson gets him down after 14. He pushes him down the field for another 8 or so yards. And Bijan Robinson has 8 carries for 68 yards, as you'll see Card try to pitch it at the last second, but he's forced to keep it on that option play, and that will bring up a 3rd and 4 right as the third quarter is about to end. 14 seconds and counting. It's a screen play, almost intercepted by Tywan Berryhill. He jumps it perfectly, and that could have been another touchdown from this defense if they were able to get their hands on that one, as the 3rd and 5 comes up for this Jayhawks offense to open the third quarter. And you've got to think the coach is just telling Jason Bean, we've got the lead. Do not force anything that's not there, as he hits James Smith for 13 on the play. And I just don't know what to expect. You never know if you're going to get good Jason Bean or bad Jason Bean as he tries to evade the sack. Not much he could have done there, and we will live to fight another day here on 4th and 21. The punt is muffed and recovered. What a big play as Jacoby Bryant is able to cover that football off of the helmet of the punt returner. Play action by Jason Bean, rolling out, nowhere to go, and he gets it off at the last second. A 2nd and 10 now. Just can't get sacked if you're Jason Bean. 3rd and 6, and Velt and Garner breaks it up the middle. And you've got to think we're going to go for this here. Head coach Smeems is not afraid to go for it in any situation, and this time it pays off. They had a similar situation earlier where they did not get the 2 yards needed, but right now they're able to get the yard needed for that first down, as Trevor Wilson in traffic is going to get the first down. Now we're at a 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line. Velt and Gardner thrown to the ground. No gain on the play. 3rd and 9. Crucial territory here. A field goal ends it. A touchdown ends it, and it's intercepted. Just what you can't do if you're Jason Bean. Again, he comes out and throws his 4th interception of the day. Now Hudson Card looking downfield, and he's got his man who drops it at the last second. So the defense is in good position here on 3rd and 15 to finally save the offense and end the day, as Card goes deep, and he's got his man deep, and it's Whittington downfield into the end zone. Jacoby Bryant was caught sleeping on the outside, and just like that, a 2-point conversion can make this a 3-point ball game. Card out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking left, got his man left. That was Dixon on the clutch catch as Jason Bean gives it to Gardner for a big gain of 9 on the play. That would bring up a 1st and 10 just a few plays later. They're going to keep it on the ground. You've got to expect with some great blocking on the outside. Velt and Gardner get stopped after 19, and the Longhorns are forced to use their first 2 timeouts of the day. This time, though, Bean looking downfield, got his man, Luke Grimm, just a few yards there to bring up a 3rd and 7. Do or die here. If you don't get it, the Longhorns are still alive as Trevor Wilson, 7 yards, not enough, and they are going to go for it again. 4th and 1, 1 of 2 on conversions, and Gardner's going to get taken down. Keandre Coburn in the backfield almost immediately And the Longhorns' hopes are still alive, down by 3 with 1:56 remaining as Hudson Card is all alone in the backfield. He looks downfield, and it's intercepted! Kenny Logan Jr. had the touchdown fumble recovery earlier, and now he gets the game-sealing interception as we get to celebrate a clutch rivalry victory over the Texas Longhorns as Velton Gardner runs outside to close the game out with a 6-yard run. We'll talk about his magnificent performance later in this episode, but what a great performance by this team. You come home into the stadium against a top-ranked opponent in a big Big 12 game here as we have struggled in conference play, and you're able to get out of here with a clutch win where the defense absolutely dominates Texas, whose offense has been beautiful all season long. Final score 28-25 as we get our 5th win of the season and keep the bowl game hopes alive with 3 games left in the season. And before we end this episode, we are going to look at some big recruiting news and at some big rivalry and standings in this conference. And I honestly did not really see us winning that game with how poor Jason Beam played. It was worse than what he usually gives us. 23 of 33, 240 yards. He did have the 1 touchdown early in the first quarter, but 4 interceptions. Just terrible overall. He was only sacked 1 time, so you can't really blame the O-line for this one. Velton Gardner finally came through. 35, 133, and a touchdown. 3.8 yards per carry is not great, but compared to what he's been getting, it's much better than you would have hoped for or you could imagine. Devin Neal, obviously the 1 carry for 1 touchdown. Trevor Wilson, the usual guys, had some great games today. Trevor Wilson, most notably, 677 and a touchdown. Just a big win for us. We had to win 1 game against a ranked team if we wanted to make a bowl game, and it's great to go ahead and get it out of the way against a team like Texas, who now actually drops out of the rankings in the top 25 with this loss. Jacob Garcia, talk about a change of a season, what a change of season can do for you. 4 on extra points, and no field goals this game, but you guys have all seen how much better he's been in the games this season, at least kicking wise, than he was at all last year. And we did have just one new update on recruiting. Somebody that actually ended up committing earlier than I expected him to. I believe it was an outside linebacker. Yeah, it was going to be Calvin Lane and Ross Rushing. I believed I showed you guys Ross last episode, but Calvin Lane, 4-star running back out of Keller, Texas. Number 8 outside linebacker in the class, 69 overall. So good get there for this class. I mean, he's from a pipeline, so you've got to be happy with being able to get him. And hopefully we are able to bring in Lee Pope as well. Just have that depth for this linebacking core. And other than that, there really hasn't been much groundbreaking room made on anybody. We've got a few guys that decided to be added to the board just randomly. But we're still looking at Ryan Harris. Sean Johnson, we're right there in the mix for him. Dustin Newberry, we're in a 3-way battle for him. Maurice Johnson's going to be here most likely. Then you've just got a couple guys, Bryson Gay, Lee Pope, Dane Lewis is going to be a big guy to get if we are able to. I believe Missouri just had their visit for him, so we should be able to out scout Missouri for that one. Willie Allen actually has us in the top place right now. He's from Colorado. 4-star running back. He's very quick, so that would be a massive upgrade there at the backup running back position. Then you've got just some guys down here. We're scouting for some depth. Larry Johnson, a 4-star quarterback, minus 30 on him. So I went ahead and added him to the board because he hadn't really locked in on anybody yet. So not too big news for the recruiting class. We should have moved up just a little bit in as far as our class ranking goes, just because Calvin Lane or whatever is considered a 4-star, even though his overall may not be higher. So we should be up higher. Yeah, we're now 69th. I believe at last episode we were in the 90s, and before that we were at like 104. So some great ground right there, considering last season we only had a 90 ranked recruiting class. So a great thing to see for head coach Smeems, and just to be able to turn things around on the recruiting class front. As far as standings go, we did move up with that win. We have a chance to beat Oklahoma State, and if we do that, we could move up over Kansas State, who we will face also in the in a coming game. Yeah, the final game of the season. So right now, all we've got left is Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and Kansas State. Three very tough games, no matter the record. Oklahoma State 4-5 is a little bit misleading, but they're still a tough team to play, and obviously both these teams are ranked for a reason. So got to win one of those last 3 games to get to that 6-win mark. So you got to think Oklahoma State's going to be the best opportunity. They are 3-3 in conference, tied for us and Kansas State with 3-3 conference play. Just Kansas State and we have a better overall record. I keep saying us. We have a better overall record than Oklahoma State, which gives us a little bit of an edge there. So if we are able to win, at least beat Oklahoma State, maybe even upset Kansas State, we could finish theoretically 4th or 3rd in the conference if a few of these teams actually end up winning or losing their games. So that'd be a real big get for us. I don't see us getting in the top 25 at all this season, but if we're able to finish out the season strong, I think we should be able to crack the top 25 for the first time in the series next season. And really the only guy we need to worry about for Oklahoma State is Spencer Sanders. He's had an amazing season last year, but this year, 18 touchdowns, 10 interceptions is good. Nothing special, though. Then they have Warren at the running back position. He's very close to 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns. 99 yards per game is very good. So this team's got a lot of talent all around, but I know we can pull off something next week. And let me know what you guys think we're going to be able to do against Oklahoma State. Let me know your score predictions down below. I'm excited to see if we can make a bowl game this year. I'd be interested to see where we're going to get put and what bowl game we'd play in, because that'd be very exciting as a second-year head coach. So I'll see you guys next week up against the 4-5 Oklahoma State Cowboys. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as you guys will always be up to date on videos. And if you turn on post notifications, you'll never miss a video. Social medias are always in the description down below. I'm open to get messaged, or you can follow me so you are always notified when I post a video. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you guys next week.